When life gives you lemons.
You create a podcast about
Yay!
acting. Yep.
Yes, we're theater kids now.
Yep. But before we go on to the episode, I just realized that in our podcast, we usually don't introduce ourselves. What if someone is new and this is the first episode they listen to?
Oh,
So
true.
how are they gonna know who is who? So
I'm
hello, me.
Joanna.
No, you're just gonna confuse them.
I'm Joanna. Welcome to the podcast. I'm just kidding.
No, just ignore what she just said. I am Joanna.
No, I am Joanna. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, she's Joanna and I'm Dulce. Welcome to the podcast if you're new.
Yep, you're now a lemon talker.
Welcome to the family. I would say, we highly recommend that if you want to spend, your hours and, doing some fun activity while listening to our previous episodes, that would be very helpful to get to know us personally, and hopefully you'll be able to make connections to us and our personality.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so now that you know us and you know that I am Joanna and Dulce is not Joanna, then
Dulce is Dulce.
Yes, then we can go ahead and start with our acting episode.
But before we go into it again, we do want to kind of clarify that we did take a few weeks off just because a lot of things were going on personally and we were just doing school and stuff. But yes, we're back and we're excited. And let's get into the episode, Joanna.
Joanna, no, we're kicking it off with you. You gotta explain your story.
I think because we had a confusion there, right, everyone? Joanna should go first. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, fine. I guess we'll start with me. We mentioned this in previous podcasts before. I'm sorry. I don't know why we always say podcasts. Previous episodes. We mentioned in previous episodes that we've been wanting to do like an acting episode where we probably act or we tell our experience with acting in some shape or form. And I actually had kind of a history with acting that we kind of forgot to even mention in previous episodes. Jesus. But yeah, in previous episodes. But in middle school was, I feel like, our really adventurous, fun moments. I don't know if you agree with me, Joanna, here, but I think that it's questionable.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's where I started to branch out. We had cooking classes after school. I learned more about music. I learned how to play the piano. And something that I was actually... Did I volunteer? Well, I'm trying to see how I'm going to word this here because it's kind of confusing. But I actually have 2 acting backgrounds in middle school. I'm going to start with the earliest one, which is I was part of a play that was put on in our school. This was part of a group of teachers. They kind of made the whole thing, and they needed more actors to be a part of the play. And they were like, "Would you want to be? Are you interested?" Right? And I was like, little Dulce was like, "What do I have to do? Because I'm so scared. I've never done anything related to acting. I'm gonna be put up in front of a bunch of students, my classmates and everything. I don't know if this is something I want to do." But I ended up going, and I think more people did too. And so they were just like, okay, I need one person to do this and this and that. And then I felt like I got the easiest job. And then they're like, okay, fine, you can do this. That's good. And then as we started to practice the play, they would add on to my side character. But basically, I had to just walk up on the stage and yell something. But then out of nowhere, they kept on adding to my character, and they're like, if you can fall to the ground, that would be great. And I was like, okay, I've never done this before, but I'll try. So we did it a couple times, a couple rounds. They started to do a little bit oh, can you fall this way, or do something dramatic, or I don't know. And so basically I did that, and they were like, yeah, that's really great. I only have like one thing to say. I just had to yell one thing, I fall to the ground, and that was it. And then all of that was fine. But then here comes, I hate saying it's opening day because it was like just literally one play and one little part that I had. But here comes opening day, and it's my turn, and I'm just like right there, and I do what I'm supposed to do, and everything seems to be okay. People are enjoying it. Maybe I hear little giggles over there. And then out of nowhere, the curtains don't close. So basically, my part was basically right before the curtains would close and opening the next scene for everyone. And because the curtains didn't close, I needed to improvise. So I kept on yelling and like moving myself out of the stage on the floor. And I was like, I need to leave. This is a little bit awkward, but I didn't want to get up out of like nowhere and just be like, yeah, this is over. So, I had to improvise, and I was just scooting over to one side and like still on the ground. And then finally they got the curtains to close, and then I was like, oh no, what did I just do? And I remember all of my friends later on were like, so that was interesting. And I was like, I know. But that's kind of like, I don't know, that was just my experience and my perspective. But Joanna, you were the one who actually got to see everything happen. From your perspective, how awkward was I?
Yeah, so like Dulce said, she was part of the play. I chose not to be part of it because in middle school I was still very much a shy kid. So I was like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna participate in that. But I was in the audience, and I think what was funny, like the whole play was great. Like everyone did great. Dulce did
Oh,
great.
thank you.
But
Oh,
what was funny about Dulce's part was like she said, I don't remember what she had to yell, but she had to yell something, and then she had to fall to the floor. And so she did that. She fell to the floor, and then there was like silence. She was just looking
great.
straight at the audience, like, and then she stands there, like she's there on the floor, like maybe for 2-3 seconds, and like it's silent. Everything is silent, and then out of nowhere she starts scooting. As the curtains are closing slowly, you just see her scooting and scooting away from the stage. And we were just like, what just happened? Because we're like, why did she have to scoot away before the curtains closed? And then when she got off the stage, turns out she told us that the curtains were supposed to close, but they didn't. So she went ahead and scooted herself off the stage. And it wasn't like walking.
Us actors.
It wasn't walking. It was like she was pulling herself like with her hands on the floor, like kind of crawling.
Hey, okay. Us actors, we gotta improvise when things don't go out the way they're supposed to. Yeah, well, that was embarrassing. Probably moments I can't take back from my life, but I mean, I feel like, thank you for that, Joe. I think that really boosted up my confidence. College, here I come. Maybe I'll fall to the floor again and crawl out.
Maybe.
But yeah. And then another one that I feel like Joe, we didn't talk about this, Joe, when we were planning the episode, but I just had like a flashback thing. I feel like maybe this is like, I don't know if this is considered acting, but so every year it's like a tradition, I guess, in our middle school that they do like this pioneer. Do you know where I'm going with this?
Yes, I was actually going to bring that up. I didn't mention it to you because I kind of wanted it to be like as a surprise bringing it up, but you brought it up.
Great minds think alike. So yeah, the Pioneer Day. So basically our school does like this little tradition where they kind of enhance our history knowledge by making like this real life pioneer kind of style. Like they had like the tents, the tools, like it was very detailed and very on point to like, I guess, what we were learning at that time. But every year they have to have volunteers for people to dress up in that way. And so everyone was dressed in like soldier costumes and like, I guess, yeah, it was also a way to get out of class because we were there the whole entire time. Even like when class was in session, like I don't know why we were just there sitting. And yeah, anyways, I didn't I previous years before, I was like, I kind of think that's awesome and kind of cool, like to dress up, because there was always this one person dressed in a like big gown, just dressed in a big gown, like it was like a how do you call it,
It was
Joe?
kind of like a quinceañera style gown, if you guys know.
But not with the shimmery and shines. No,
Yeah,
it's like
like the shape of it and like how big it is, but like with less layers, obviously.
yeah, because I can never with the quinceañera dress. But yeah, it's just it was just really plain. It was like yellow but plaid. It was just very plain, but like a quinceañera style. Like it had like a hoop and everything underneath the dress. And so I always thought that was cool, but I actually never really thought of volunteering until I was talking to the librarian, who was really like a part of that whole experience. Like she helped out to create that, as well as our history teacher. So it was kind of like a collaboration. And she's like, "Hey, would you want to, do this part? Would you want to play it?" And I was like, uh, I didn't even know what to answer, to be honest. But I was like, yeah, sure. Like, what are the parts? Like, what do I have to do? Or just like, I guess asking for more details, because all I knew was that I was getting out of class. I was just gonna stand outside and be in a big dress under the like really hot sun. So I was like, what's my part? And then she just kind of explained to me that was basically all I was doing, just walking around in a big gown under the sun. But it was also kind of like she was just telling me that like I could say these things and these facts if someone comes up to me, and just kind of hand out flyers and little things like that. And so I was like, yeah, I would like to be a part of it. And then she's like, okay, let's dress you up, or let's try to put the dress on you. And I was like, oh no, I signed up for the wearing the dress part. And then so we went to like a little corner in the back, and then she's like, here's the thing, just put it on me and see how it fits and stuff. And I was like really nervous, because I was like, this is not what I expected to do during my lunchtime. So I was just putting on the dress, and she's like, perfect, and this and that, and she's like, okay, we got you, we're gonna do this. And yeah, and I was like, oh no, I'm gonna be outside wearing this big, almost looking quinceañera dress, and in front of everyone. And Joanna knows I had crushes too, so this is kind of like like kind of embarrassing and a little bit, but it was also fun for me to do it. I don't regret it. So yeah, then the date came, and then Isabel, I don't know if Isabel would want to be mentioned here, but Isabel was also part of it. She dressed up as a soldier, and we were just there, just yeah, we were just there. I don't know what else we were doing. I don't remember specifics, but we took pictures. It was fun. People came up to us, but they were interested to know why there was like this big, like tent in the middle of our little, well, in front of our cafeteria. Like why there was like this tent there all of a sudden. But yeah.
Yep. So
Joe.
now my perspective, because again, I did not participate in this. And okay, so the part that Dulce had was probably the part, like it's the person that stands out the most, because you have like this huge dress and people are like, why does she have this huge dress on? Like it's not a dress you would wear to school on a normal day, And
I imagine I was just like, no, it's a casual Friday. I'm just wearing this because I like it. It's in my closet.
Yeah, so I feel like, because you're able to participate in that when you're an 8th grader. So we were 8th graders, and seeing it happen in 6th and 7th grade, I felt like the girl that would wear the dress is the person that was like probably the most outgoing and like most involved in the school of like in the class of 8th graders. And I definitely feel like Dulce was that person.
Wait, what do you mean? Like who got the part? Like who would get the part, or who would act like the outgoing person during the thing?
No, like the person that would volunteer is definitely like the person you would think would do it, in my opinion. Like they're they're always going like pushing themselves out of their comfort zone. Like it was usually always that person that does it. So Dulce was definitely that person. So when
Says a lot about my character.
it does, Dulce is very outgoing and she like tries a lot of new things and to be involved. And
Hence falling to the floor for a play.
yeah, so when Dulce told us that she had the part, I was a little shocked, of course, because like why wouldn't I like I'm gonna see her wear a huge dress like when I walk across the
She
quad
was
in
worried.
school, and then but at the same time I was kind of like I see it like I could picture it already. I still remember it. There's pictures in our yearbook. Maybe we could leak.
Oh no, traumatizing
Maybe
memories.
we
No,
leak
we
it.
can't link those.
Yeah, but like Dutsa said, I feel like a lot of kids also did it because you got to get out of class. So I feel when students found that out, they started to volunteer more.
Yeah, because we needed volunteers. I remember that like not enough people volunteered on their own. So I think they had to recruit a few more people because we needed a little bit more soldiers.
Yeah, but Dutsa, of course, did great in her part. She was rocking the dress. I
Thank
think she
you.
even had a hat, if I remember correctly.
Oh my god, the hat! How can we forget about that?
Yeah.
Y'all, I'm not kidding. That dress was huge and it was heavy. And then imagine under the sun. Oh my god. Traumatizing memories. Maybe I shouldn't be an actor. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but yeah, that was kind of my perspective on it. I kind of just like walked around and I think I might have asked Dulce like how's the dress and I feel like you said that it was itchy or something if I remember correctly. But I don't know.
It could have been.
Yeah. But yeah, that was kind of my perspective. I was like, way to go, Dulce. Like you're doing great.
Continue the good work. But yeah, those are my I could put that on my resume now. Oh wow. Acting experience, check. Yes. I think that's all I can remember, unless you're gonna surprise me with something else.
Not that I can remember at the moment. Maybe if we go on. If
Yeah, maybe I feel like there's for sure a few more moments that we probably missed.
mhm. But
But
let's kind
those
of
are the ones that
transition into my acting experience. Well,
I know everyone's really excited. I know I'm excited too. Joanna, continue.
I just thought of another acting experience for Dulce, but we'll save that after I explain mine. So,
Oh no, I'm scared.
so my acting experience came in ninth or 10th grade.
I think it was ninth because we took that class at ninth
Okay,
together.
so it was ninth grade. I think a lot of high schools, at least our high school, allow students to take what's called dual enrollment classes. So you're a high school student, but you're also taking college courses at the same time. So, like we mentioned before, Dulce and I are in the same school, but we have in different academies. So Dulce and I didn't know we were signing up for this class, right? We kind of just found
I
out once.
know. We just walked in and we were like, "Is that you?" And then we just sat down together.
Yeah, so Dulce and I both signed up for a class called Business One. And yeah, the first day, we didn't know we both of us had signed up for it. So the first day we saw each other, we sat down and we like sat down with two other girls, and those were our seats for the rest of the class. But since we had to go to that class right after regular school ended, we had to wait a little bit for the college professor to come in and start teaching. So while we were waiting, we would talk, and one day we came up with like we started doing some acting scenarios, I think, and mine for some reason, I don't know why I started doing like a dramatic face, like a dramatic surprised face, I think. Like if I was just told like very shocking news, like my reaction, I gave my reaction, and Dulce recorded it. And let me just tell you.
Should we leak it?
No. Let me just say it was very traumatic. If you ever need an actor to be like super dramatic in films, like dramatic to the point where it doesn't have to be that dramatic, I got you. Like, because I went like all in. I did like, I was sitting down on my desk. Let me portray an
The hand
image.
movements,
Yeah, let me portray an
everything.
image for you guys. So imagine you're sitting down on your school
No, you
desk.
don't have to do that. I can just leak it.
No, you
No,
will
I'm
not.
just kidding. They would have to. You would have to describe it. No, I'm just kidding. Continue.
It's okay. I have no problem describing it. No need to leak the video. Okay, so imagine you're sitting on the desk. Both of your hands are on the table. And then you take a big breath in. And then you swipe your hand to the side, lift it up, pull it to your chest. And as you do that, you're taking your breath in, and you're like, and your mouth opens to be like, the shocked face, okay? So like you have full on hand movement, your hands is like a circle up to your chest, and you're like very dramatic.
I mean, yes, honestly, the fact that I don't know how I got that video, to be honest. I don't know. Did I ask you to like, do it now? And
I do think it was that you asked me and then I went and did it, which was probably a big mistake. I shouldn't have done it on video, but
but now it's there forever and I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean, it was honestly really fun. I really liked that class. I feel like we got to learn a lot of different things and also hang out more because clearly, like we mentioned, we're not going to the same high school academy. We're in the same high school, but we're not going to the same academy. So sometimes we don't really see each other as much. So having that extra time was pretty cool. And then also being able to do our acting skills during business that has nothing to do with it really, but it was fun.
We were acting in a business class. That was great.
That's our business. No one with me? Okay, sounds great. Moving on. From my perspective on Joanna's amazing acting, I honestly think you would be a really good actress. I don't know why. I don't think I've ever seen you like do a lot of like put like an actual performance out there to the world, but I feel like the way that you have this ability to like make really good expressions that I feel like you would make such a great actress. Hence the fact that you did a surprise face, and it was honestly the best surprise face ever. Like it looked like you legit got like really important news, and you were like, "What?"
It was like a telenovela surprise face.
Oh my god! Imagine a telenovela with like starting Joanna, and then her amazing surprise face.
I know.
I think that would be cool. But honestly, I do think you would make a good actress. So this is why I'm gonna just say it right now. We are looking into. We're really trying to really make it happen, but we're finding difficulties with trying to audition for different, even side characters, like people like just in the background characters for new shows or movies. But we're trying, so hopefully we can do that because we would totally love to talk about our experiences with that.
Yeah, but since you mentioned that, let's kind of get into that before I say the last acting experience that I thought about you. So, like thinking about becoming actors, okay? So, I've always thought acting was so cool, you know? Like I love seeing all the actors like Millie Bobby Brown, like she's amazing. Like have you seen her new movie Enola Holmes? I love that.
Oh my god. Yes, it is so good. Like I love her. Like they picked out the perfect actress. Like Millie Bobby Brown did such a good job portraying the character.
Mm-hmm. And there's so many other great actors as well. So I've always thought it would be so cool, like to be in that experience or realm,
or career.
But I always think about it like I feel like I wouldn't be able to do it because I feel like I would laugh all the time if I see like a bunch of cameras on me because seeing the movie, it looks great, right? Like it feels like makes it seem
Mhm.
like it's so easy, like it is just you like actually living the experience. But like behind the scenes, like
Mhm.
when you're actually there, it's like there's like a bunch of cameras
It's
pointing at you
different.
and like a bunch of lights.
Yeah.
I feel like I would like turn red or I would just start laughing and I wouldn't get through the scene.
I mean, like, I think it's interesting because I don't know if you see a lot of like the behind the scenes, but like for example, like especially with the Avengers movies, you have like someone like Spider-Man who has like this really cool suit in the final product, but they end up wearing like these green suits and they end up wearing with like little balls and like all over the suits to like able to make modifications in that sense. But I think it's really interesting and like I don't know, it's really cool because they do these things and it's like maybe funny to them at the time they have to wear these green funny suits, but then at the end product they look super cool. And I think that's kind of like when you know that, I don't know if that makes sense, like you made it in some shape or form, like the fact that you put in so much hard work into this project and then when you see the final product it's like wow, like this is amazing.
Hmm. Yeah, for sure. Like even Julie and the Phantoms, when I was really into that, I always thought like, oh my god, it looks so awesome to be playing Julie. Like those outfits are amazing. Like I want that outfit. And then to just be like dancing around there, like they make it look so awesome, like just dancing around, singing. But then when you look at behind the scenes, like for me, it's like, oh my god, I would be so nervous. Like there's a guy behind there like nope, step more this way, step more that way, like oh we need this camera angle, let's do it again, another camera angle. I feel like I would just be so nervous.
Yeah, and I don't know if I think we probably saw the same video, but there's like a video from Julie and the Phantoms where apparently they had to stay in the same exact position and like they had to move everything else. Like I don't know, there was so many details into it because especially for that specific show, like imagine you can't really have like the three actors that you're working with, you have to look past them because they don't exist
Yeah.
in the film. So it's like I don't know. I think it's really interesting because it takes a lot of like acting technique too to like be able to do something like that, portray it well for the audience to enjoy.
Yeah, but how do you think you would be in the acting field? You think you would like be like me as like a tomato and nervous?
To, don't say that. I mean for sure I would be nervous, and I think clearly we don't see those moments, but I'm pretty sure there's moments where people like they laugh. Like it's bound to happen. We're human. We make mistakes. Um, I don't know. Like I don't want to say like I think I would do pretty good because I'm in the middle. Let's just say that. I'm in the middle because I feel like I could portray certain emotions good and like act that certain way. So like if someone asks like makes me it's like for example if the character is like mad, I could portray that madness and just be mad or like do all that type of thing. But at the same time I feel like sometimes I I don't know. This can be taken in a good way or in a bad way, but I think Joanna knows this. Like my emotion can be seen on my face sometimes, and I feel like that's why I would be good as an actress. But then at the same time, I feel like it won't because if I'm not having a great day, I feel like that would be shown in my performance, and that's what scares me a lot because actresses and actors have this certain way of like they have to put everything aside and be in the moment and act like these characters. Um, I don't know, and it's also like making a justice to the character. Like, can I portray this character the way it's meant to be? Like, I don't know. I feel like it's a lot of pressure because you don't want to disappoint the people who are working on this project really, really well.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I want to say that I would love to give it a try. I would love to give it a try. I've enjoyed my previous experiences, as embarrassing as it might be. I like them a lot, so I feel like I would, but I feel like I would also be nervous too, right? Because when you, especially with your first one, you're starting off for the first time. You don't really have an idea of anything. These actors that we see now on the TV and the movies, clearly they've had experiences. They had their low points and their high points, and I know if I were to go into that area, like we would totally face that too.
Hmm.
But yeah, I feel like I don't know if I answered your question. I see myself in the middle. I would want to be an actor and I would want to believe I can do a good job at it, but maybe it's not actually that.
Yeah, I think, of course, we don't have like any professional experience. So we would obviously, of course, need a few acting classes, and it would be very nerve-wracking at first, especially. I feel like even the great actors that have a lot of experience still get nervous on new projects. But yeah, I think with a lot of practice and like some expert help, we could do it.
Ooh, should we get? Is this a hint? Should we get someone in the podcast? Just kidding. If any actor out there wants to join an episode with us, let us know. We're not opposed to it. Show us a few acting techniques out there.
Millie Bobby Brown. Hello.
More specifically you, but But we will take anyone.
Okay, so let's just kind of go back to the experience, Dulce's last acting experience that I was going to mention. We have I
have no idea what this is.
Well, we've really just covered it before. Kind of just want to bring it up again because it's also kind of a plug here. So,
plug.
So, Dulce.
Oh no, I know what you're talking about. When you said a plug.
She posts TikTok acting TikToks.
Oh my.
So her most recent acting one was like a month ago, and it was about Girl Meets World. So if you want to go see that, she's posted a few. They're really good. So if you want to go see that, check out our TikTok account at Lemon Talk Podcast. Oh, I just saw this right now. We got 1,000 likes. We have 1,000 likes on TikTok. Woo!
Can I expose something really quick? I was 1,000 likes. I saw that you posted, so I liked it. So yeah, if you want to please check us out on TikTok at Lemon Talk Podcast, because Joanna has some amazing acting too / dancing. She's a queen of dancing, just saying. Also, thank you to our 400 listens.
Yeah, we hit 400
that was really
listens.
So if you want Joanna to make that whole thing a song, get us up to 500 listens. But yeah, thank you all for the love and support. We absolutely love doing this, and it means a lot to us that there's people who enjoy listening to us. This is really fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, everyone go watch all of those videos. I do have quite a few acting ones. I want to do more. I get so nervous, and it means a lot to me, Joe, that you think they're good, because I always second guess myself. I'm always like sending them to Joanna before. I'm like, what do you think? Is this too extra?
No, they're good. And remember, if you're new, we actually talked about a specific one where Dulce has an ex, and she brought him up in the TikTok. So make sure you check out that TikTok and also check out that podcast episode. So to know all the details. And
before we go, and we're wrapping up this episode, we wanted to mention that, like we mentioned, I just keep on saying mentioned, but like we mentioned, we are kind of struggling finding scripts and like auditions and stuff like that, so we can be a part of those movies or shows for like background actors or any part at all. So we just thought that for the meantime, since we can't really talk about that experience yet, we would write our own scripts for each other. And we're going to be, I'm so nervous, but we're going to be performing them here on our podcast. Yep. And I don't know, I think that would be an interesting thing, because we're both writing it. This is our original work. We're going to be excited. I don't know how long it's going to be, but we're probably going to take turns and then like maybe give us each other feedback. You guys will be a part of it too. You guys can be commenting down below and letting us know what you think. Whether we should make it a real TV show, I don't know. Maybe.
We actually talked about this. Let us know if you want me the episode called Typical Rom-Coms. I explained the perfect rom-com movie that is not your typical rom-com, that we should make that into a movie, right?
Wait, which one? What are you talking
How
about?
dare she?
Wait, I'm confused. No, I'm confused. Wait, which
The one
one?
where that it's not a smart girl falling for the bad boy. It's the smart boy falling for the smart girl.
Falling for the... Wait, what? Wait, wouldn't it be it's the smart boy falling for the bad girl?
No, that's still typical.
Okay. You know what? No. You're right.
It's
I'm gonna be a science
it's
genius.
still
Is that what you're
typical
saying?
in the sense that there's always one bad person and then one good person. Like, no, we need two good people.
No, you know what? Yes, good people are in this world. We have to highlight their achievements. But yeah, we're gonna be doing that. I think that's really fun and exciting. So stay tuned for that. We're not sure when it's coming out, but hopefully soon. And yes, don't forget to follow us on our socials. We already mentioned our TikTok at Lemon Talk Podcast, on Instagram at Lemon Talk Podcast, on Twitter at Lemon Talk Pod. That is Lemon Talk POD. And anything else? Any final words? Anything we want to mention, Joe? Highlight maybe some wise words from Joanna.
Peace.
Peace. Copyright claim to the Golden Twin side. I'm just kidding.
All right. Peace, everyone. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.